Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and we've got something pretty special for you here. We have got an announcement of a brand new game that is called Town of Salem. And I would like to welcome Josh to the show here. Now, Josh is, you would be considered an indie developer, would that be correct?
That is correct.
And you have created this game called Town of Salem, which I believe is based kind of like off of the game Are You a Werewolf?
Yes, it follows the Mafia and Werewolf style party games, if anyone's ever heard of that before. The basic gist of it is that there are random rolls. No one really knows who anyone else is. There's some good rolls, some evil rolls, and if you're a good roll, your goal is to find the evil rolls before they kill you. And if you're an evil roll, the goal is to kind of be incognito and stealthily murder the good people until you're the last one alive.
Mm-hmm. So I have played similar games, and it's let's see, it is it's kind of nerve-wracking when you're a bad guy to lie.
Right.
There are a lot of people who are not good liars.
Right. A big part of the game is psychology and being able to deceive the other people in the game. It's about being cunning and trying to lay under the covers, maybe trying to frame some other people. If someone suspects you of being an evil role, you have to be good enough to try to lie your way out of that and get the town to not suspect you anymore, or otherwise you will soon be dead.
Right. Right, an untimely death, an early death.
Yes.
So let's shall we show a couple of scenes from the game?
Sure.
Because this game is actually very, very polished looking already. And now this is a Kickstarter, and
yes.
And let me see here. I have for you guys who are watching live, I have a link here for you for the Kickstarter. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link in the description. And so let me show here the lobby. Can you tell us what we're seeing here?
So when you first start up the game, you'll be thrown into a lobby. You can see on the left there you have all the people in the lobby, their Facebook picture. On the right, you select all of the roles you want to be in the game. So right now I'm just populating the role list with all the different roles that are going to be in the game. Green are all town roles. These are the good guys. These red roles here are mafia roles. They're bad guys, and then there are some neutral roles: serial killer, arsonist, and some of the others. There's witches, of course.
Arsonist? Can I burn your house down?
Someone mentioned that because there are houses in the game, and someone mentioned that they should show it burning down the house, and I like that idea. It's it's a lot of extra artwork, but I think if we get to that point, I think that's something I do want to put in.
It's just one of those little things that's fun.
Right.
In the chat room, Iknagi, he's like, cunning equals another way to be an asshole. Indeed.
Yeah.
So, because that's one of the really fun things about this game is that you can step out of your character of who you normally are, and you can take on this persona of somebody else, and then you can really screw with people.
You can, and if you're one of those people that loves to just mess with people, there's actually a role called the Jester, and the Jester's goal is to trick the town into lynching him. And so he's just gonna throw out lies. He's just gonna mess with people and tick people off until they vote him up, and then
because they're tired of him.
Right, and then if he is voted guilty, that night he gets to choose one of his guilty voters, and they will die that night. So he gets to take revenge from the grave.
Oh, okay, excellent. So so I've invited my friends in. Now, is there? And I don't know where I guess that probably before inviting the friends in would have been like house and character selection, something like that.
Yes, yeah. So once you once you have your lobby full and you click the start button, next up, so we have house selection here. You're just picking what house you want your character to have. Right now there are 5 in the game. We have a 6th house, and that's going to be one of the Kickstarter rewards. There are also character selection, which I believe is coming up right after this timer. Yeah, here we go. And then so you can also pick your character. There are also 5 characters in the game right now, and a 6th one we have as a Kickstarter reward. And obviously this is set up to where we can keep adding more and more houses and more characters as the game goes on, and add some fun little costume characters and things like that.
Yeah, I think customizable is key there. I think it's gonna be fun. Okay, so now we are. Let's see. Now there's some other customization. It looks like picking the town or whatever. Like the person who starts the game. How does that? Okay, so first let's say, how does one start a game? Is it just started for you, or is the first person who's in gets to pick up some of the settings?
Yeah, the first person that's in will be the host, and then the host, so there's 2 versions. There's a classic game and a custom game. Classic is for the new people. In classic, it'll automatically pick a selected number of roles based on the number of people. So if you're not familiar with the game and it may be confusing to set up a good game, you just want to go with the classic. If you're more familiar, you can pick a custom game where the host just picks all of the roles in the game, and then once the game starts, you pick your own town, and that's your background. So no one will see that background but you. But as far as your house and your character, that is shared between everyone. Everyone will see the character in the house you pick.
Okay. And so now we're into the game, and I'm showing the day to night here. So this is a point where we've all got our roles and we've voted.
Yeah.
Or maybe to start out, we haven't voted yet.
Right. So this is, the first day. There's not really much going on because most abilities are used at night. So the first day is really short. Everyone goes back to their house, and night starts. And now here is where most roles will use their night abilities. So here we're an amnesiac, and the amnesiac is actually a neutral role. And as the game goes on, he can choose a side based on people that have died. So when a role dies, he can choose to be that role. So he can, kind of wait out, see how the game's going, and decide who he wants to align with later on. Our roles, like on the role list here, we have like sheriff and investigator. So these investigative roles will check people at night for suspicious activity. Their goal is to try to find the bad guys for the town. So they're trying to hunt down the mafia and the serial killer, the arsonist, and the witch.
Now I noticed something here. I'm going to play this animation one more time here.
Sure.
I noticed here that there's a character in there named Marky Dragon.
Yes, there is.
I didn't know I had played this game.
Yeah, well, so one of the features, you can choose your own name to be in the game. If you don't choose, you'll just get a random name, and they're actually names from people that were involved in the Salem witch trials. And by the way, if anyone hasn't noticed, this whole game is, kind of takes place in the early 1600s of the Salem witch trial eras.
Okay. So now, what happens next after? Okay, so we've got our roles here, and then when we come out in the morning, what happens?
Okay, so your evil roles, such as the Godfather here, the serial killer, they're going to kill people at night. You have some roles that can try to avoid that, like the doctor and the bodyguard. They can protect people. The doctor heals people. If they're attacked, then they'll still live that night. And the bodyguard guards people, and if the person he guards is attacked, he will kill that person that attacks him. So here you see that this guy William Hobbs was killed last night, and it displays how he died. He was killed by a mafia member. There's an option for a last will, which he didn't have, and there's the death note here. The death note is any role that can kill someone can leave a death note, and that's just an anonymous note that's displayed when you kill someone. You can use that to taunt the town. You can use it to frame someone, or anything you want to add in there. And so here we saw that this guy was killed by the mafia. It displayed his role on the graveyard list, and so as more people die and you see more roles, you can start to eliminate roles from the role list, and the evil roles are going to try to say they're a town role. But as more town members start dying, it starts to become a lot harder to lie about your role, and it becomes easier for the town to track down who is who.
So what happens next? So then is that when at some point we try to identify who are the bad guys, and we take a vote. Is that right?
Right. So after the night phase, once you've seen who all has died and all of that, there's a discussion phase, and that.
No, wait. Voted against Marquis Dragon?
Yes.
Against Marquis... What?
That's right. So if you suspect someone, like we suspect Marquis Dragon here of being an evil role, you can vote them up. Once you get a majority vote, they go up on trial there. During this defense phase here, only they can talk, so no one else can try to spam them out or anything, and they can say why they're innocent, why they shouldn't be lynched.
It's not. I wasn't there.
That's right. You can get yourself here.
Oh goodness. Okay. And so then what happens at that point? Is there a lynching?
Yeah, so after the defense phase is the judgment phase, and everyone can vote innocent or guilty, or they can abstain. And so you got this UI here. If you have more guilty votes than innocent, you'll be lynched. If it ties, if there are as many guilty as innocent, then you just go back to the town and you're safe. But at the end here, looks like we're voting Marquis guilty, and we'll see what happens.
Oh my. What? Am I standing on a chair there?
Yes, you're on a chair, up on the lynch, and you get a chance to say your last words, and that's it.
I die with honor. Oh, now you've all seen it. Marquis Dragon has been lynched. So, okay. Now, and it goes all the way through until you get rid of all the bad guys, or until you get rid of all the good guys, right?
That's right, yeah. So if you... I don't have a video of this, but if you mouse over your roll card on the top right there, a little UI will pop up. It shows who you win with and who you lose with. And so, yeah, basically until there's one alignment of either good or evil people left, the game will continue. People will continue to die at night, and people will continue to vote each other.
I have to say that on appearances, that this game is very simple. But when you're actually playing it, it's quite a thrill, because you don't know if you're going to be murdered that night.
That's
you don't know if you're going to be found out that night. You
That's
don't
right.
know if you're going to be able to perform your actions that night of whatever role you have.
Yes.
And you don't know if you can get other people to believe the crap that you're saying.
Right. So as an example, let's say you're the sheriff, and the sheriff's role is to investigate bad people. And say you find someone that's bad, and you tell the town, hey, this guy is evil. Well, okay, so how does the town know that you're actually the sheriff? Do they think maybe there's a role called the executioner? The executioner's goal is to just lynch a random town person. He gets a certain person when the game starts, and that's his target. And so the executioner would say, hey, I'm the sheriff, lynch this guy. And if everyone just automatically believed that you're the sheriff and they follow you, well, now you just lynched one of your own teammates, because you just automatically believed who he was. And so there's a lot of variations like that. Another example is there's a mafia role called the framer, and if he frames someone and the sheriff investigates him, that person will look to be an evil role even though they're not. And so there's this always it's not always perfect information, and so you have to be careful about what you do, because if you really are the sheriff and you get one of your own guys lynched on bad information, well, then the next day they're probably going to lynch you, because now all of a sudden they think that you're messing with them.
Yeah, it's all messed up.
Yes.
So Inknagi says we should rename it Grief Town. So okay, now the game. I've already seen somebody in chat post a link to the alpha of it, and
Yes.
And they asked the question of, are we free to try the alpha? They want to know if they can try it.
Yeah, it's open right now. It's open to everyone. We're currently just running on one small server, so if it starts to get to the maximum amount the server can handle, it's going to be limited down to only people that have donated. But right now, there's not that many people yet, so you are free to play. The only thing you need is Flash in your browser and a Facebook account.
Okay, and now to donate. Okay, so I posted the Kickstarter link in there, and I was really surprised. $5 gets actually, it's not even $5 gets you in. It's even less than that, right?
Right, yeah. So, minimum donation of $1 will get you into the alpha and the beta. Um, we're also having these name tags, which aren't in the video yet, but basically anything else you've seen, like World of Warcraft, where you have your High Warlord tag or something like that. It's going to be that same concept. It's going to be a special tag that is above your character. So anyone that has donated, everyone will know that they were a Kickstarter supporter, and all of those name tags will be unique to Kickstarter. There may be some more name tags for special achievements and things like that later on, but all of those will be Kickstarter unique forever.
Okay, and so this is a let's just say that you can be. One of the things that we worry about with Kickstarter is that are they actually going to happen? So we give you the money. Is this game actually going to happen? But I can tell you that being able to play it in the alpha right here and having it look as polished as it does, and that we can actually play it right now, is something that really intrigues me, because I think that it's a good bet that we're going to be able to play it, that the game's coming out.
Right, yeah, so, it's not just an idea being pitched, it's an alpha game that just needs a little bit more work to polish things up, smash out some bugs, add some more features that I think are going to be important to the game. So, if this gets funding, there's definitely, little to worry about as it happening. You should, be able to, as it stands now, you should be able to play games, just fine. There may be, a little polish needed here and there, but everything should work.
And as far as people who have never done a Kickstarter before, here's how it works. You actually put in your bid, or your it's not a bid, it's a contribution, or not. It's not even a contribution. What is it?
A pledge.
A pledge. That's what it
Yes.
is. It's a pledge. And so you put in your pledge, and so like I put in $5 for the $5 level, and so now if it doesn't reach the funding that is requested on there, no one gets charged anything.
That's right. Yeah.
And you only get charged if it gets fully funded and it's going to happen.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. Nothing will be charged unless the game actually meets its pledge, and that's to protect people from if you say you need a certain amount to finish the game and you don't meet that amount, then obviously people would expect to get their money back.
Right. So actually, it's not even money back. It's if it doesn't happen, you don't get charged.
Right.
So,
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, have you got anything that I haven't covered here that you wanted to talk about? Let everybody know about.
Sure. So a couple more features. There's an achievement system, and this is all tied to your Facebook account. You just use Facebook as the login system. You don't need any kind of special username or anything. As you play the game, achievements will continue to be stored on your Facebook account. There's right now like 300 achievements. A lot involving different roles to play. There are 29 different roles in the game right now, so it's quite a bit of replayability before you start to really figure out everything, and should be a lot to do before you start feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over.
So, okay, and I think chat room, you guys can tell me what you think here, but should we sometime this week play a couple of games and hopefully I don't get lynched?
Oh yeah, one thing I should mention, on the classic game there's a hard cap of 7 people to start a game, because that's pretty much like the bottom line of what you need to even have like any kind of serious game. If you are just interested in just checking things out, the custom game currently has no cap, so you can start it with 1 player if you just want to see what the game looks like. Okay,
well I think what we'll do, I'm already getting griefed. Gee whiz. I said his name wrong. Well, now I just want to insult him. Incogni. I don't know how to pronounce your name. All these foreign names. How am I supposed to do this?
Yeah. one of the best things is if you are trying to grief your friends or other people are griefing you, you get a random name when the game starts. So even if you're playing with a group of friends, you don't know who anyone else is.
Oh, how interesting. Okay, so okay, well, I think that we'll probably try this sometime this week. We'll get a couple of games going. Maybe we'll record it and put up the video, and we can have some fun. So
great. Yeah, let me know. I'll join if I can. And
I'm going to lynch all of my viewers, every single one of you. Just come at me, bro. So, okay, well, Josh, thank you very much. I wish you much success with this. I think that your funding goal that you're requesting is not too high. I think that that you do have the ability to reach it, and those of you who find it to be interesting, this guy is and he hasn't talked to me about this at all. He doesn't know I'm about to say this. He's an indie developer. This is not something that he's not like some big game publisher. He's not EA or nothing like that. He's an individual making a fun game, and let's support him for his effort. I know I've got my pledge in, and I'll be happy to gank all of you when we play together. So anyway, Josh, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you everybody for watching, and take care, everybody.